Good morning students. In this video I am going to talk about a few questions that has been put before me by various students. A few days ago a student asked me that, sir, it's been like 3 years that I am unable to crack this examination. Another student asked me, sir, it's my 5th attempt and yet I also unable to crack this examination. I have been confronting similar queries day after day. So in this video I am going to share with you 3 tips that is going to help you clear this NTA NET examination in the subject English Literature in your next attempt. So beginning with the first one, if you are studying English literature for 3 years and yet unable to clear this examination, then I suggest you to increase your range. You see, I graduated as a civil engineer and I have no knowledge about the subject English literature. It was in June 2018 that I decided to pick English literature on which I am going to build my career on. I continuously studied for 1 year and cracked this examination. The single most thing that helped me to crack this examination so easily is that I have a bigger range. My range of knowledge was a lot more big than the range of an average student. What do I mean by is that I worked as a writer, I worked as a civil engineer, I worked as a marketer for various businesses. I have been into the business of investing money for last 3 to 4 years. So I have been reading a lot about economy and how economy works in the country. In my youth, I read a lot about spirituality and self-improvement. Mathematics was my favorite subject and I also loved the subject civil engineering. And I have prepared for UPSC Indian Engineering Service exam and I have also prepared for the GATE examination for civil engineering also. Before picking the subject English literature, I was thinking to pick the subject philosophy. But due to the less demand of the subject philosophy, I decided to take English literature as my subject. So you understand this, that my range was so much big. I have not restricted myself to the subject English literature. I have never followed a curriculum and whatever subject I picked in my past, I followed it through my passion. So in the last 3 years, you have studied English literature a lot more than any average student. And now I suggest you to increase your range. I don't want you to be rigid now. So you start studying magazines, newspapers, take interest in politics, take interest in news, take interest in economics, philosophy, psychology, because all these are related to the subject English literature. So you start reading magazines and newspapers and take interest in current issues. Coming on to the next tip, which is you should start dealing the subject with open curiosity. Start inquiring a lot about the subject. Put questions. If you read a concept or a theory, try to put questions against that theory. If a writer has written something, then it does not mean he is correct. Don't read the subject passively, start reading it actively. For instance, I loved the work Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse. Hermann Hesse is 1946 Nobel Prize Award winner, and yet I don't like the writer so much. Because Hermann Hesse has written a work of spirituality, but in reality he was an alcoholic, he used to be on drugs, he was unable to control his sexual desires, he left his wife and children, so on and so forth. In the same way, I cannot accept Friedrich Nietzsche, who has written God is dead. Hitler has followed his theories and made a hell on this earth. He killed over 10 million Jews in concentration camp and he was just following the theories of Friedrich Nietzsche. We do not need such theories who is creating hell on earth. So there are a lot of writers in English literature that I don't like at all, and there are a lot of writers that I really like a lot. So you see, I am emotionally connected to all these writers and I am trying to build my personality and mind through these theories and works. I recommend you to connect with these writers emotionally rather than just studying the subject passively. Try to get involved in the subject, become a critic of these works and become a critic of this subject English literature. Coming to the third and last tip, which is start watching documentaries and movies. I have recommended this earlier in my videos. I have watched around 200 to 300 documentaries and movies in the past 2 years, which has helped me to grab the concepts and theories in more detail. So I used to watch one movie or one documentary every day, and I have seen movies on all the major works and events that happened in British history and American history. So these movies are available for free on YouTube. You just write down in the search bar movies based on English literature or movies based on novels or documentaries based on novels. Try to use multiple keywords and write down on the search bar and you are going to get a big list of movies and documentaries based on novels and British history. So that's it for this video. If you have any query, drop your questions in the comments below. I will make sure I will read all your comments and try to resolve them in my next video. If you are new to this channel, I suggest you to watch all my earlier videos. And if you find this information worthy of your time, don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you.